Good morning, Mr. McCree. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Nice to be with you, Mr. Chen.
Okay, first of all, let's start with a very simple question. So people talk about the U.S. capital markets all the time. What exactly does that mean?
Well, the U.S. capital markets are the exchanges here in the United States, and they really are the mechanism by which companies are able to raise money. Companies would engage with an investment bank. Usually, if they're going to come to the United States, they'll engage with one of the larger U.S.-based investment banks, many of who have obviously offices in China, either in Beijing or Hong Kong. And those companies will begin the discussions with their bankers on an initial public offering of shares. And what that means is that they, for the first time, are offering those shares that have been privately held, often by venture capital firms or by the founders, to the general public to be able to be purchased by them. And they use that money through the capital markets, the capital that gets raised, in order to fund the business, fund the building of a new plant, the outgrowth of a new sales force, maybe a brand new product line that they have, to be able to grow their business. And that's what it's really about, using that capital, using the markets, the capital in the markets, to be able to fund the growth of their business. And we've been obviously very blessed that so many Chinese companies have come to the U.S. and to Nasdaq over the past couple of decades.
I see. A lot of companies are not in desperate need of capital, but they still choose to go public. Are there any other use of the capital markets for companies?
Sure. Well, one of the things that the capital markets does is it gives visibility to companies. A lot of companies are not very well known. So when you become a public company, you get a lot of visibility around that initial public offering. You have consumers that talk about it. You have a brand new set of shareholders. Shareholders like to invest in companies that they frequent a lot. People who go to Starbucks own Starbucks shares. People that buy Starbucks shares often go to buy Starbucks coffee. Those type of things are very good. It builds that brand loyalty. And as a public company, you can have all of those retail investors invest in your stock and buy your product. So every day, when the paper gets opened up, or when someone goes online to check out a stock, to be able to have your stock publicly traded gives you that additional free advertising of being a public company. So that's a huge advantage for companies. That's number one. And number two is when you're doing a deal, when you are trying to win a brand new contract, the imprimatur, the seal of approval of being a public company allows for that company to distinguish itself. We are able to meet rigorous standards of being a Nasdaq-listed company, so you should want to do business with us because we're solid. And that's one of the reasons why companies want to go public. And third is really about the currency that it allows for a company to generate. Currency to pay your employees in stock that will hopefully appreciate over many years as their efforts help the stock to appreciate. But also, if you're going to engage in acquisitions and mergers of some of your competitors, then you have a stock to do that with, and you don't have to use cash.